We want that. And so now your oral supplement will work a lot better. Once you get your levels up into the 70s to 80s, and even the low 90s, now you know that you can go back down to what we call maintenance dose. And then you just, every year, you get your vitamin D3 tested again, and you'll be able to find out, is my program working? Because every person is different.
Wow.
So it starts with a thermogram and getting your vitamin D3 tested. And then it's up to you as an individual to take these steps to monitor how you're doing.
You know, there's and that's an amazing synopsis of what we need to do.
Well, and then it's about the plant-based diet.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the other thing. So you maybe had something else in mind. So go ahead.
No, I just actually was going to talk a little bit about diet because you talked about the Japanese and their diet in the last podcast, and and their health. They eat a lot of seaweed. There's a lot of iodine in seafood, and especially in seaweed. What do you think about the iodine supplement sort of protect us against radiation? Is that something that we can do, or is that something that, again, we need to be tested for?
Well, it's important that you have a good thyroid test first, because the thyroid really depends on iodine.
Yeah.
And so if you've got some kind of a deficiency, usually hypothyroidism, your doctor, if he's a functional medicine or she's a functional medicine doctor, will recommend a combination formula will include iodine in it.
Yeah.
And so these are low dose iodine supplements to kind of help spark the thyroid to become active and become interested again in functioning the way that it should. Mm-hmm. And so the thyroid is one of the places to start with this, but you can also get your iodine levels tested. And there's a home test that you can do. Go online and find out what's the test for iodine. You actually take some iodine and spread it on your chest or in your stomach. And if it stays there too long, I think if it stays there and doesn't go away on a certain period of time, that means you don't need it. But if it gets absorbed very quickly, then your body's saying we need that. So double check and make sure. But I think that's the way that test works. And so there are ways you can do it yourself, but it's always better to get the doctor to do it and make sure your iodine levels are safe.
Yeah.
But the other thing the greens give you is they give you things from the sea called blue-green algae and chlorella and spirulina. Those things are the closest things to a red blood cell that your body will ever see. And they're detoxifiers. They can actually take heavy metals like mercury out of your body. And so these sea greens, we call them, are so powerful that everybody should be taking either a chlorella pill or a blue-green algae pill or some kind of a drink that has some of those sea greens in it, because it will give you some iodine and it will give you a very strong detoxification program and a very good booster for the red blood cells in your body as well.
Yeah.
So these greens are amazing.
Yeah, so it's not going to do anybody any harm to include this in your diet, right?
No.
And it's true because, I take spirulina. I have a big glass of spirulina every morning, and it actually gives me lots of energy as well.
Yes, well, because your red blood cells are the cells that carry the oxygen and all the nutrients that go into your cells. And so it's carrying the nutrients, it's carrying the oxygen. And so it's not surprising that you would get more energy because you're actually producing more energy because you're getting higher levels of oxygen, you're getting higher levels of the right nutrients, and your cells are getting that with like a direct infusion. And so they're saying, thank you very much. That was a very good thing you did for us today. We really appreciate it. And that's really what those energy boosts mean. The cells are happy.
Yeah, we like happy cells. Now, I wanted to ask you: is there an EMF protocol that you follow in your home and on your body? I mean, there are electromagnetic frequency pendants you can buy, or bracelets, or things that you can stick in the wall at home. Um, do you have a protocol that you follow at your home?
Well, yeah, we do all the avoidance things that we talked about, like no
Yeah,
Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, not things any close to the bedroom where you're sleeping. We haven't had a microwave in our house for 35 or 40 years.
yeah.
We would no more think about radiation, any food, because you change the molecular structure of the food.
Hmm.
It's actually a bad thing because we now know that they've done extensive studies on women who are heating up bottles of milk for their baby, and
Oh,
they've done it with heated. They've done it with heated water, and
yeah.
they've done it with a microwave, and it actually you can see in the molecules of the milk that those molecules have been degraded, and they're not the same molecules. So you'll be giving your baby stuff that's not safe with that radiated milk. And so we avoid radiation of all kinds, X-rays and everything else. But we also take a lot of chlorella, a lot of spirulina, and we take other things. We take modified citrus pectin.
Mm.
And modified citrus pectin is one of the most miracle supplements you'll ever know about. It actually takes heavy metals like lead out of your body. It monitors and controls your cholesterol. It actually takes the plaque out of your arteries.
Oh, we
And
like that.
any cells that are starting to move towards cancer or heart disease that show up in a galactin-3 test. I know this because my galactin-3 levels, when I first did the test, were about 17, and that's kind of on the upper end of safe. And after 6 months of taking 15 grams of modified citrus pectin, I got my galactin-3 levels down to 13.7, and
Goodness.
that's on the excellent level. In other words, all those cells now that were moving gradually towards heart disease and cancer have now been said, no, 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 you need to go back. And so we know that we actually have studies now that have proven that modified citrus pectin can actually stop the spread of cancer and actually can kill cancer cells.
Oh my goodness.
And
Oh,
so this is a really, really powerful supplement, and it comes from the grind of a grapefruit. And this is where this citrus,
right,
modified citrus pectin comes from. It's a
right.
special nanoparticle that is
Mm.
able to do these miraculous things. You'll find it on my site. I have all these studies on my site, all these products, these super products on my
Yeah.
site. And,
I was
we take
actually just about to mention that to our listeners, that they can go into your site and they can look at these products. They can buy them, can't they?
yes, they can buy them. We have a product called NAD that actually protects your cells as they're replicating from any
Mhm.
damage in between the hand. Cells do a handoff. There's
Yeah.
about 4 different places when the cell's replicating where it says, okay, we did good in phase 1. Let's now move over to phase 2. And there's this transfer of that cell into that next phase.
That
Well,
happened.
that's where the radiation is impacting. That's where the toxins are impacting. So when you have things like NAD, which is a form of niacin, it actually protects your cells in that transfer process from being
I
damaged.
I have to tell you, Dr. Benz, we could go on and on for another probably whole day. I know we could. And we have run out of time. You don't hear me
That's
speak a
okay.
lot because I want you're a wealth of information. And I just want to say thank you so much again for joining us on Yin Yoga Lifestyle. I stuttered, and giving us so much of your knowledge, time, and all your insight so we can living healthy as possible. Thank you again for all your research and your work. And if you would like more information about Dr. Benz, you can visit drcharlesbenz.com, drcharlesbens.com. Oh, many thanks again, Dr. Benz, for being with us today on Yin Yoga Lifestyle.
I enjoyed it, and there's a lot of articles on the site, and that people can go to Total Health Magazine and see about 30 or 40 of my articles, and there's videos on my YouTube that they can go and look at too. So if you want more information, it's out there, and your radio station is one of the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're so appreciative of you. And of course, I will be in touch. I have a couple more ideas for some more podcasts.
I'll bet you do.
I do. I really do. Many thanks again, Dr. BENS. And please don't forget to subscribe to yinyogalifestyle.com, where you can find free yin yoga videos, and you can join live online yin yoga classes and receive your first class for free. Join the referral program, and every time you refer a friend and they come to a class, you get an additional class for free. Just log on to the site. Let's get you and your friends started on a daily yin yoga routine today. It is so easy to be healthy. Thank you for joining Yin Yoga Lifestyle, adding enlightenment, calm, balance, and creativity to your everyday life. I am your host, Colette Darville. Join us next time to continue our journey of balancing into a state of perfect harmony. Until then, this is Colette Darville, reminding you to inhale, sow, and exhale, hum.